you guys are looking for a stacked NBA 2K or Fortnite account, make sure you go to sportstnb.com. That's right, no more Twitter. He has an official business website, sportstnb.com. There you'll be able to view all the accounts, see the prices, and get what you need. The link is in the description. Go click it and see what he has to offer. What's more satisfying than proving people wrong over and over and over again? Well, you guys know the first build I made on 2K19. And no, it wasn't my stretch. It was a post-scoring athletic finisher. I planned on playing as an inside center. And, the comment section was very supportive, and they all agreed that this build was going to be a beast. Nah. The comment section was pretty ruthless in telling me how I didn't know what I was talking about, and the build was trash, and all this stuff. So I decided, we're 8 months into the game. Let me go back and see what's going on. Oh, wait. Before we go and see, check out this comment. I was calling this build the Wilt Chamberlain build. So he said, Wilt Chamberlain can't snag, and this build can't. This is an L. Well, if we look at the NBA all-time rebounds leaders, I mean, Wilt's in first by a mile, but besides the point, okay? Besides the point. That's just typical comment section IQ. Now, as you can see, I only got my post-scoring athletic to an 88, and I didn't get all the badges. And then, I decided that, I saw how the game was, and I was like, listen, three-pointers are going to rule. Stretch bigs are going to be a, super overpowered build, so I decided to make a stretch big. But my boy Chef Don't Sell, he grinded it to 95, and he told me he loved the build, and he's made my inside center build for the last 3 2Ks, and how this build is great, and he has so much fun on it. And I was like, obviously, do you mind if I hop on it? And he said it was cool. So shout out to Chef for letting me use it. Now check out, he made the exact build that I made, okay? And so many people doubted this build, but I had a vision for it. And I'm telling you guys right now, when I post builds, I do my research on it. Every year I do my research. I'm not going to post a build that is not going to work. Now, you could be good on any build, obviously, but you have to understand how to use it. But this build, I wanted it to be the Wilt Chamberlain build. Now, as you can see, 7'2", it's the same height that I made mine. Everything's the same. It's just he got it to 95 max badges, and he has that double takeover. Now, I called it the Wilt build because Wilt was a dude that, they used to triple team and quadruple team him, and they could not stop him. And that's what this build is, especially in double takeover. Athletic finisher takeover and post scorer takeover, you guys are going to see. It's a scary sight, all right? So you see the badges are maxed. Please drop a like on the video, and let's get right into it. All right, so check this out, y'all. In this gameplay, we are running a typical lineup. We're running a 6'4" sharpshooting playmaker, and then my post-scoring athletic finisher. Now, this is we experimented with a couple different lineups. Now, the first gameplay is this. The second one, I'm going to be running with a lockdown where I have to be the focal point of the offense. But I feel like this build is at its best in the pick and roll. So, obviously, if you're going to run pick and roll, you need a guard that can handle the ball. So, obviously, a 6'4" sharpshooting playmaker is a great pick and roll player. But, I mean, the fact that you get Hall of Fame pick and roller and Gold Lob City finisher, you're going to notice the difference. I mean, we're playing against a pure post scorer here, and you're going to notice the speed and athleticism difference, but also just the way my guy reacts in the pick and roll is much, much more efficient and effective than the pure post. So check it out. Like I said, this build can post up. Check it out. He's kind of playing back, so I'm like, all right, post fade from pretty deep, and it's green. Silver difficult is more than enough to be able to score on post fades and post hop shots. You don't need Hall of Fame difficult shots to do these post shots if you know what you're doing. But my guard misses there, so we end up giving the ball up. But on defense, honestly, this build feels pretty good. Now, obviously, big inside centers are a little bit stronger than you, but with max wingspan, you can get shot contests and shot blocks all day. You're also really good at stealing the ball. I'm not going to lie. That max wingspan, you steal passing lanes for days. You see he goes to the hop shot. I'm able to get there on a little bit of a late contest, but he makes it. He's a pure post scorer, so that's his bread and butter. He's going to keep going to that, and we got to find a way to get a stop. Now, I don't even know what this dude is doing right here. He ends up doing a little cross and shooting kind of a bad fade, but he makes it. But you're going to see, he's going to go back into the post here, and we're going to play good D again. But listen, post scoring this year, I mean, really any year, it's one of the best archetypes, one of the best ways to score. Check this defense out. He's going to post me up, back me in. I already know, he just shot. The last time he got it, he shot a fade or a hop shot or whatever. He's going to do the same thing. I get there on a contest again. It's only a yellow, but he makes it again. That was white, too. You see it rattle around the rim. It was white, but that's pretty good D. Eventually, that's going to miss. I mean, you would hope, but then again, it is 2K. But this dude sells out. He shoots a 3. We snagged a rebound. We're going to pull it out. Now, check it out. This dude finishing inside around the basket is a glitch, all right? He goes up. Somehow he stays between me and the hoop on a heavily contested layup, and I still make it with no problem. And I'm telling you right now, this is the one build I would say that, like, you make more layups that should not go in than any other build. Check it out, alley-oop. The pick and roll game with this build is insane. You can lob it almost every single time. He will go and get it. Doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, 3 guys in the way. He will jump over them. He really will. It's look at over the post scorer. Like, he's in good position, bro. He even bumped me. Usually if you bump someone on a pick and roll, it doesn't come off. And now we get that takeover. And I mean, you see it. We just elbowed him in the face. We could have drop stepped him out of the way. We could have just put, like, inside, they have to double team. And this is the one build that I've played on that even when they double team, it does not matter. You will dunk all over them. You'll drop step him out the way. The second guy comes to help. You will dunk on him. It's scary. The only way to stop it is to foul. And that's what people did. We probably played like 6, 7 games. And every time I got takeover, I would score unless they started spamming X. Unless they just reached and tried to, like, waste time for my takeover to go away. You see, he's trying to do, like, the animation cheese. Look at that. This is what I was saying. This was the vision. This was my vision of Wilt. Like, Wilt was a guy they would triple team. Put 4 guys on him. Don't give me that, oh, he played against 5, 7 players. No, go do some research and you'll know that Wilt played against actual 7-footers and 6'10" players and players like that, okay? But besides the point, we're not arguing about that. Wilt was a guy that they would double, triple team, and they could not stop him. And that was my vision. You know, that was my vision for this build. Look at, they are doubling me, and it does not matter. I'm scoring every single time, and the main difference I feel, like, I've played on 99 overall post scorers. Even when you hit those big body drop steps on a post scorer, he usually lays the ball up. He kind of goes up weak and soft, and he'll lay it in. You see what this dude is doing. He's dunking it every time. Drop step or just straight elbow him out of the way, go up, dunk all over them. Over both of them. It is, not only it's super cheesy, I will say that, but it's a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie, all right? Like, I was talking to Chef, and he was saying that he's made my center build for the last 3 years. The last 3 2Ks, he's made my inside center build. And he said he loves this build. He said it's a lot of fun to play on. Look at this. Euro step all over this dude. He even knocked it out of my hands on the way up, and I still put it into the hoop. This build was a lot of fun to play on. I'm not going to lie. I played on it for maybe like 2 hours. Like, I was experimenting with different, like, animations, different, you know, lineups, stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun, bro. Look at the Euro steps all over this dude. I think this dude is a stretch big. So you see, like, how I'm kind of just, even without takeover, I can overpower him, which is different than the pure post. The pure post, I was running pick and roll. Then I got takeover, and then it was a wrap. Go to the layup. That's green. He ends up goaltending it or whatever. But listen, my main point of this video was, when I post a build, I do my research on it. Like, I'm not going to post something just to post it for views or whatever a lot of other YouTubers do. There's a point behind it. And I've told you guys before, you really can be effective on any build. So just because I post a build and it doesn't suit, like, your play style or what you're looking for in a player, that doesn't mean the build is bad. Trust me, I made that build for a specific reason. You guys have seen, I've played on probably 15 to 20 different types of players, from point guards to centers and everything in between, from slashers to shooters to post scorers. And you guys have seen, I've been effective on every single build. So even in 2K20, if you have an idea for a build, like, for your player, and, you know, you have a vision for how you want him to perform, don't let somebody else's opinion deter you from that. Like, make what you want to make and show everyone else that, you know, you can be effective on that build. Now, some of the naysayers came at me because they were like, see, I told you that build was trash. See, that's why you went to that's why you went to a stretch instead of that post athletic. That's not the reason I switched. I was perfectly fine with this dude. My record was fine. I was winning. I was dominating inside. The reason I switched was because I saw how overpowered stretch bigs were, like, you know, shooting over people, and I knew I'd be able to dribble and do unique stuff. So I was like, you know what? Honestly, for my YouTube, it's probably going to be better that I'm a stretch big this year again. Because last year, you guys know I had my 75 overall stretch big that was going crazy. I was like, you know, I could kind of continue that trend. But that doesn't make this build bad. I've reached out to a bunch of people that have this build and made it because of me, and they talk about how much they love it and how much fun it is and how, you know, they feel like they can dominate inside and do whatever. So my point is, listen, people are always going to have their opinion, right? Make what you want to make, especially in 2K20. Just because somebody puts a build video out, don't make that build just because of that video. You know, make sure it's something that you want to make, something that you're going to enjoy playing 2K on. Otherwise, the game's going to get real boring real fast. You know, your player is basically, you know, what you're capable of doing. So make sure it's a player that you're going to enjoy. Any build can be effective. Now, when I say any build, you know, don't go out there and make a 6-foot rebounding playmaker and then wonder why you can't win a game. All right. Obviously, there's levels to everything, but for the most part, as long as you look into the stats and the badges, you're going to make a build that can be effective. You just have to have the right teammates around you. You have to understand what your build is capable of, have the right play style, and obviously you got to have some skill on the park. But you see these dudes gave up. They're just emoting. So please drop a like on the video. This was my first ever build on NBA 2K19. I ended up going with a stretch, but this build is a lot of fun and it sure is effective, man. Please subscribe if you guys are new. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.